Alright, I just got back from seeing One Battle After Another, directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, starring Leonardo Dicaprio, Sean Penn, Benicio del Toro, and Teyana Taylor. Now, I will say, I've only seen two of Paul Thomas Anderson's other films, which is Punch Drunk Love and There Will Be Blood, and I absolutely adore both of those movies for very different reasons. So I was going into this film expecting quite a bit, especially since he's one of the better known directors. And while I wouldn't call this film bad, I would call it a disappointment. So I'm just gonna get right into it. This film is absolutely entertaining to watch. The acting is incredible. Obviously, Leonardo DiCaprio brings his A game. Sean Penn, though, this guy is absolutely insane in this movie as the villain. He has this walk to him. I don't know whose idea it was, but it was brilliant just watching this man walk. He's got these little tics about him. One hell of a character, one hell of a performance. And generally speaking, the cast did an amazing job acting. So the acting is great, the cinematography is fantastic. It's not blow your mind fantastic, but there are a few shots where I was like, yeah, damn, that's pretty freaking good. And the action, there's not a ton of action, but there are two scenes. One in the beginning, it's like a car chase, and then one that's kind of like a on-foot rooftop chase. Both of those scenes are edge of your seat moments, nail biting. Absolutely loved watching both of those scenes. So I guess what I'm getting at is this is a very entertaining movie start to finish. Also the editing's almost perfect. This movie is 2 hours and 40 minutes long. Felt like a 2-hour movie. So I just glazed this movie. You're thinking, man, Shane loves this movie. Well, not really. There are two things I don't like about this movie. And the first one is involving politics. This movie deals with a revolution, people breaking out immigrants from camps, and it very, very, very much picks a side. I'm not political at all, but I prefer movies not to pick a side. And while yes, this movie does a good job of showing the bad of both sides, it 100% leans towards one side. The second thing I don't necessarily like about this movie is while the actual writing of the dialogue is brilliant, the overarching story is not so brilliant. And I'm gonna get into some minor spoilers. So Leonardo DiCaprio plays Bob. He is a revolutionist, and he is in love with another revolutionist, Perfidia, and they're both on this revolutionist journey. The problem I have with it is that it portrays both of these people more like terrorists, specifically Perfidia, who actually kills people and plants bombs, and it expects me to sympathize with them, and I have absolutely no sympathy with Perfidia. She's a bad person. I think she's a bad character. There is absolutely no traits about her that I like. I mean, shit, even Sean Penn has more likable traits than Perfidia. She is straight up a terrorist that is killing people. I just don't understand how the film wants me to like this person. And while that is kind of a drive for Leonardo DiCaprio's character to change and care about his daughter that's born, I would be okay with that, except later in the film, 16 years later, his daughter finds out about her mother, and she hates her mother for the entire film. She's like, she's a terrible person, she's a rat, I don't like my mother. And then for some reason in the end, she gets a letter from her mother saying how much the mom, I miss you, I wish I could see you. And she just does a 180 and is like, I'm gonna go see my mom. Maybe I read the ending completely wrong and I'm just an idiot. Based on what I could see, the daughter just did a 180 flip from hating her mom because she was a bad person, and Leonardo DiCaprio was like raising her right, and she just all of a sudden loves her mom and Leo's fine with it. It literally feels like the entire plot was kind of a waste of time. These characters didn't develop, they didn't change, and I don't know what the message is of this story. Like, if you ask me what is One Battle After Another about, I would say people kill people and that's it. There is no deeper meaning to the film, and at the end of the day, do you need a deeper meaning to be enjoyed? No, you don't. But if you can have an extremely enjoyable film that actually says something decent, that's when a great film happens. And this film, while is extremely entertaining, says nothing important, at least based on what I could tell. If you have a different thought, let me know, because I did not get the message of this film at all. So at the end of the day, if you see One Battle After Another, you will be thoroughly entertained. Has amazing acting, great cinematography, excellent editing, amazing writing for the lines of dialogue, but the story is extremely political, and it really has nothing to say. You're not gonna go out of this movie thinking about it. The thoughts I had were, what was that even about? So after all that, I'm gonna give this movie a 7 out of 10. Because I was very entertained, and while watching the movie, I was enjoying it. It's more of the aftertaste that I didn't like. So if you've seen the movie, let me know what you thought down below. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to. See you next time.